Hey, it's your boy, Sergeant Hooked on Henshins. So today's video, we were going to do the review for Dino Fury Episode 3. So the day this is coming out, tomorrow is the Kids' Choice Awards or something on Nickelodeon. And so they're not having Dino Fury on. I don't know why, because the Kids' Choice Awards doesn't play in the morning. It plays usually at night, like at 5 or 6, but whatever. Nickelodeon's weird. Anyway, so episode 3 was really good, Lost Signal. So the main plot of it starts off with Zato, and he's having like a flashback to Ravcon. Tells Amelia a little bit about himself, and he's talking to his mother, and she's telling him about, having courage even in the face of, great, danger or, indifference or just, bad stuff happening. And he gives him this necklace with a little jewel on it. And, it's just trying to like pep him up or whatever. Basically trying to like tell him, because he's becoming a knight. Just trying to tell him like this is the right choice for you. I think you are proud of yourself, and just always look inward to yourself to find that courage within, that power within to move forward. And so he talks about that, and then they get a message from Solon that there was a message sent to them, and they try to listen to it, but part of the machines are a machine that does it, that puts out the recording voice or whatever, is broken, so it comes out all garbled and everything. And actually, I learned this week because Simon Bennett has been really, 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 really good on like Twitter and everything, like letting fans know about things. If they ask questions, he'll respond, giving pictures and stuff. And actually, if you look closely in episode 1, a henchman is thrown into a piece of machinery, and it's that exact piece of machinery that is broken in this episode. So kind of cool continuity thing there. But anyway, so the message is all garbled, and she tells him, oh, well, we'll need some kind of, Solon tells Zato we'll need some kind of machinery to fix it, some little piece to fit here to be able to receive the transmission. And so there's two different solutions for it. Amelia's like, oh, well, maybe we can seek out like a psychic for some reason. She's always on like the supernatural edge. To like try and figure out this message, or maybe try and like give you this message without us even having to fix it. And Ollie, of course, is like, I'm logical, I'm very, in this world, and maybe my mom has some tech to help, whatever. And so they go off and they go to the psychic, and there's a really good scene here where she talks to Zato, and she does basically like any psychic does, that like cold reading thing where she says a basic thing that could apply to anybody. And it looks like she knows something about the message, kinda, to Zato. And then right afterwards, Amelia's all excited, and Ollie's like, So he sits her back down. He puts together this like fabrication story of him and Amelia being in a relationship. She goes, what do you mean? I don't. He goes, shh, it's okay. So acts like they're together, and asks he asks the psychic to tell him how long he thinks their relationship's going to be, because they're not in a relationship. And of course she lies and tells him, oh, you're going to have many years together, blah, 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 blah. Just to kind of, and he wasn't trying, I don't think he was trying to be a jerk to Amelia. I think he was trying to help her understand, like, this is not the right way to do this to help Zato out. So after that, you're introduced to the monster of the week, which is like a Medusa monster thing from Medusa Soldier. It's got these eyes on its chest that hypnotize people and freeze them in place. And so Zato gets frozen in place first, and it was a really good fight scene. The choreography in this season is just amazing. They both have their backs turned to the monster, and the camera's panning between both of them doing the morph sequence, the whole, link to Morphin Grid and all that. So they fight, they do get their butts kicked a little bit, and Zato is not really sure what to do. And they go back to the base, they talk a little bit there, and Ollie and Amelia go back out because they see that there's a message being played. Mucus actually helped the Medusa monster. They stole some tech and basically made a video of her, like, brainwashing message thing. And so they're trying to go stop it. So they go to Buzzblast because the signal's coming from Buzzblast. So they go to stop it, and when they get there, they get stopped by the signal, so they're frozen. And Zato has an idea, and he's like, wait, I think I know what to do. He's like, I don't know, he's kind of struggling, and Solon's trying to help him feel better. He's like, well, how did it not affect you? Because he gets affected by it for a minute. She goes, oh, well, it's because I'm robotic. I don't think I have the same eyes as like normal organics, so I don't think it works the same way. So he's like, oh, weird. And he starts thinking more, takes a power key with him, a boost key, and finds the Mucus and this Medusa monster on top of a building, I think the Buzzblast building, putting out the signal. And he has a blindfold with him, and he puts it on, and she's like, what do you, or she's like, she goes up to him, she says, you look like you're ready to crack open a piñata. And we get one of the best one-liners from a Red Ranger we've had in years. And he literally, next, as soon as, without even wasting a breath, she says that, and he says, I'm going to crack something, something's about to get cracked open. And he has the sword, his Ryosoken / Chroma Fury saber, and it's the Sonic Fury key, I think is what it's called. Puts it in and does the little chop chop, and it gives him the ability to hear really well, like supernatural hearing, but he's blindfolded, so he's not seeing her, so not making eye contact, not getting controlled. And you get this really awesome blindfolded, unmorphed sword fight with the monster of the week, and it was so cool to see that. It was so like creative, and I like that they did that because you don't get a whole lot of that with the Rangers fighting like unmorphed fights with their weapons out of the suits, and he was clever enough to use the Sonic Fury key to like heighten his hearing. So he goes after her, she tries to strike him, and he dodges it like a badass. It's very Daredevil-esque. It's so cool. Kicks her butt for a bit, runs past her, slashes the computer, and breaks it. And then Amelia and Ollie get there. And before this, we got a little thing from Solon, or from him saying that Solon was getting the Tricera Blade and Ankylo Hammer Zords online. So it looks like the Zords just exist and just have been offline since the previous team was lost, whatever that means. So anyway, she finally grows big after they kick her butt again in another fight. And we finally get the Dino Fury Megazord, which I wonder what they're going to call it once we get Javi and Izzy on the team, Dino Fury Black and Green, and they add their Zords to it. But anyway, so we get the main Megazord with, T-Rex in the middle and then the arms of Pink and Blue. And they defeat the monster, and he comes back to Dinohenge with his little necklace thing. He's like, wait. He pulls it out, and he's like holding on to it for some reason, I think, and Solon sees it and is like, hey, that actually looks similar to this, piece that we need, this lens thing or whatever we need for the message. Takes part of it, kind of replicates what it does and recreates a piece off of it or something, and fixes the machine, but the message comes out still kind of garbled. So they keep the message and record it so that they can try and translate it. Actually, Solon has a really cute little line where she says, could it be coming from Rafcon? He says that to her, Zato does. She goes, well, it could be. She goes, languages change in 65 million years. He goes, it could be that. And she goes, they're hard to understand. Sometimes they change and they're a lot more difficult. She's like, I understand many languages. A lot of them I understand, except for French. That one's hard. Just nice little creative little bits of dialogue there that build her as a character. I love her as a little mentor character. I really do. Solon's really becoming a favorite. So she fixed the device, and again, we can't really hear what the message is. Much of blah, 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 blah. We don't know what it is. All garbled. So Zato actually responds and puts a message out to the universe saying, I am Zato, the Red Dino Fury Ranger. I'm here on Earth. We're fighting the Sporix. If there's anybody else from Rafcon that's still alive, please come to Earth. Let me know that you're alive. Come here. We can work together. I'd love to meet people that might be still alive, my own people. Because he's thinking all of his people are gone. It's possible, perhaps some Rafconians, whatever they would be called, people from Rafcon might be alive, that fellow Rafconians, whatever, might be alive that, either A, they might be, I'm guessing, maybe the Gold Ranger, whenever they introduce Gold, or just in general, people that he might know, is what he's thinking. So it's really cool, him putting that kind of inspiring message out there, like, have hope, we're here, we're safe, come to Earth. So overall, a really good episode. I probably would give it a 9 out of 10, just because I wish that there was a bit. I was hoping for more seeing them morph together again. I liked their backs to each other, Amelia and Ollie little morph thing they did, just so they wouldn't see the monster and get hit by the hypnosis. But overall, a really good episode. I probably would give it a 9 out of 10. Not as awesome as the first two, but still a really good episode, and not a filler in any way to me, and not like a throwaway episode. We're getting some really good character interactions. I love Ollie and Amelia's dynamic, where she kind of has a tiny bit of airheadedness to her, not a ton, but she's not always thinking of the most logical thing, and is more thinking of how something supernatural is a part of it, which makes sense for the aliens and things that are happening in the show with their powers. And I like that Ollie's always on the logic train, but he also has to understand that sometimes you have to kind of bend that a little bit and be willing to hear other people's thoughts and stuff like that. So the dialogue is still awesome, still solid dialogue. They sound like humans talking. That scene where he's jokingly acting like him and Amelia are dating, and right when they get done, the psychic gets up and leaves or whatever for a minute, and they're sitting there with Zato, and he goes, "You two are dating? I never knew." And he's sitting there smiling like he believed that they were in a relationship. It was just really cool, and I like that we're getting this dynamic already in just 3 episodes of the 3 of them together before we add Javi and Izzy, the Garcia siblings. and get their dynamic added to it. I think that's really good of them to like do that, and it's smart because of like the Rhea Soldier footage. Because for a while it's just red, blue, and pink, Colasina and Melt, and then eventually Toa and Bamba. But anyway, really, really strong episode. Really good action. I still love the morphing sequence. I love how different it is from Rhea Soldier. I love the little touches of things of like little beats of dialogue and other things that set the scene and build the world. And I like that it just feels like they gave a crap about making this season. You know, they put some effort in and they're doing some good stuff with it. So overall, I really enjoyed the episode. As I said, probably about 9 out of 10. We have to wait a week for the next episode, but hopefully that one's good too. We're getting introduced to Garcia siblings, so woo! Be interesting to see if they have those keys already, or if they come to them at the beginning of the episode, or what's going on there, because he says the other keys are lost, or their ranger keys are lost. So wonder how that's going to go down. But anyway, really good episode. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I put out my part 2 of my top 5 favorite Sentai videos this week, and also my Zenkaiger premiere episode review. I'm hoping to do another one for episode 2 after this Saturday once we get the subs up and stuff like that. And definitely once I get my Geertlinger, I'm going to do a unboxing / kind of review of that, plus probably a follow-up demo video of the sounds it can do. So again, hope you guys are enjoying the content. You guys are following and liking the videos and watching and stuff like that. So I appreciate that. Comment if you'd like to talk about the episode below. What were your favorite moments? What did you think of the Ali Amelia scenes and stuff with Zato being a badass on the rooftop? But yeah, as always, thank you so much for the love and support. And you know what? Stay hooked on Henshins. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you guys again very soon. Bye-bye.